Yeah, good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon, everyone in Nigeria. Good evening, everyone in Nigeria. Good afternoon, those are in United States or those are in Europe. Good evening. Uh, as you all know, like I promised, I always keep to my time. I am Mega Comrade Officer Clement Iranamigo Edegbe. Like you all know, I have a program that I am running since South Africa xenophobia. When I try to contact Nigerian authority to try and free our people who were being slaughtered in South Africa, but Nigerian government were not responding. When I see my brothers and sisters being killed, being brutalized, subject to all kind of atrocity, stabbed to death, lynched bloody daylight, then I question myself, what do I have to offer to help my people? I took it upon myself and create a movement, non-violent movement, called People's Freedom Movement. When I created this movement, from day one, I never anticipated that one day it will come to this. However, this movement is become a mega movement all over the world, which attract a lot of followers. In the sense, we have a version of Spanish, we have a version of Portuguese, we have a version of French, and we have every branch all over the world. It's like a franchise movement. So I want to clear it. This is non-violent movement. I repeat again, non-violent movement. I want my viewers to go ahead because there's this circulation going along online, which I have agreed never to address. However, due to some circumstances, my viewer and my movement member have been demanding for me to come out and respond and say my own side of the story. That is, say your own story side of it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, before I start, I want everyone to know, I want you all to call on ITV News in Nigeria, AIT, NTA, EBS, Channels TV, Sahara Reporters, to please, there's another one they call ZG, Zena or Zenvigins, which I found kind of disappointed. They were one-sided covered of story. I am not a worker for Edo State governor. I do not work for Edo State government. I am not a Nigerian police officer. I do not work for Nigerian police, Edo State Police Commissioner. I would like to address what is speculating online. However, my viewer, I want you to go ahead, share this story. Let it go across as many as it can go. It is disappointing in Africa when you have a bad story, a story of an attempt to commit assassination or planning to commit assassination. It gets coverage more better than a peaceful protesting or a peaceful movement, no violent movement like People's Freedom Movement. I want to call on President Muhammadu Buhari and call on the Inspector General of Police. If you are listening, anywhere you are, I want you to put this into consideration. If anyone who plan against the citizen of Nigeria to commit an assassination, like they stated, according to this young man, said no one is above the law. I shouldn't see no reason why the Commissioner of Police of Edo State or the Governor of Edo State will condescend law and take laws into their own hands. However, I want to go straight to the story. I want everyone, every man and woman, brothers and sisters, who have demanded for my explanation. I want you all to listen very carefully. I would like to address whatever speculation that is going on social media about one Tony Kabaka, who based in Benin City, Edo State. As a person, a Nigerian-born citizen, who happens to be adopted by United States government, I know as all Nigerians as my brother. Because when we leave Nigeria, you are anywhere else in the world, let's say you are in Europe, whatever thing you commit or whatever things you do, they're going to classify you as Nigerian. They will not identify you as a state. They will identify you as a Nigerian. So therefore, I was glad and happy to call this one Mr. Tony Kabaka a brother and everything. However, I was not aware of his way of life. I was not aware it's not my duty to dig into his way, how he survived his life. It was for the duty of the Nigerian Police Force and Law Enforcement Agency. Like I stated, Tony Kabaka, until he became, or until he was allowed, he allowed himself to be used by political leader in Edo State to use him as a hitman against me. From that moment, he became a valuable brother to me. Or I unbrother him at that moment. You cannot call someone a brother and plan to assassinate him. I am going to speak directly to the United States FBI. I want to call upon you. You watch my video every day. I want to call upon you. This governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki, who happens to study in United States, and one Mr. Tony Kabaka, whereby his original name, his real name, will be presented to the FBI, and Edo State Police Commissioner, who have condescended low to the extent and hobbled and planned an attempt to assassinate a mega comrade of a freedom movement, who have forcefully speak against corruption, speak against police brutality, speak against unemployment of the youth, speak against xenophobia, speak against policemanphobia, speak against government phobia, and demand freedom for his brother and sister. I have not committed any crime. As a security man in United States, I have done all kind of job and I'm still doing it. I have been an administration officer, a correctional officer, a mega company manager, a owner of a mega company motor vehicle division, which I managed for so many years. I have worked on a ladder. I do not accumulate or achieve my wealth by illegal way or through corruption. I have obeyed the law. I repeat, I, Iranomigo Edegbe, have never in my life commit any crime against anybody. I have never commit any crime against any government. I have never commit any crime against any organization. And I have never been arrested anywhere in the world, period. If anyone have any otherwise, present your evidence to the United States FBI, the Nigerian Police Force, or any other adequate law enforcement department. Present your evidence to the Interpol and let them call me into a questioning, and I will be very honored, and I know the rule of law, to work there by myself and explain any allegation. Nevertheless, my fellow Nigerians and fellow Americans, like I promised on my last video, that I will never talk about this issue or allegation of one Tony Kabaka. Again, while you became a public figure, you should understand that whatever word you offered or whatever things you said should be properly guarded. When you call for violence, you should be able to face the consequence of your action. I have never called on violence on anyone, neither on any government. I am against oppression. I am against youth stealing of some Nigerian police officer who subject themselves into corruption of personally mishandling our youth, most especially Edo State, Benin City, Edo State. However, I have been calling to make myself clear online. Being one of the open leaders of no violent movement, I decided to respect my people and yield to the call of my movement and come out one more time to explain my own side of the story. Like I promised, in March 27th, 2017. I checked my phone log. I promised that I will check it. I have done that. I checked my phone log and I happen to see that I actually discussed South Africa xenophobia issue with one Tony Kabaka of Benin City, Edo State. It was March 12, 2017. I, Mega Comrade Officer Clement Iranomigo Edegbe, discussed the issue of xenophobia with Tony Kabaka. At this point, I was not aware this man was a violent man, was an unpredictable man who launched on weak individual and prey on them. But at this time, he prey on a wrong one, who know the rule of law, who will bring Tony Kabaka and all his accomplices to justice. Like he stated on his video, he categorically said that no one is above the law. That is one thing we agreed on. Tony Kabaka, Edo State Governor, and the Commissioner of Edo State, Commissioner of Police, Edo State, are not above the law. As of March 20th, 2017, I repeat, March 20th, 2017, at about 9 o'clock a.m., that would be 3 o'clock p.m. in Nigeria time. As you all can recall, video does not lie. You can go up to my Facebook page. I'm requesting the FBI, the Nigerian police force, or the law enforcement to invade into my Facebook page and look at it when I spoke with the Minister of Information of Nigeria. I questioned the leadership of Minister of Information of Nigeria that it should provide adequate information to the Nigerian citizens who are subject to horrific brutality in South Africa and all over the world. However, when I spoke with Tony Kabaka on the 12th of March 2017, 8 days later, I repeat, 8 days later, that is when I was notified that is on the 22nd March 2017. I repeat, on the 22nd March 2017 was the day I got an information through a friend, Ambassador Dion Osage, who have done a wonderful job in Nigeria, who is a humanitarian leader, who have helped innocent, unfortunate children in Nigeria. Those that have nowhere to lay, those that have nowhere to pay school fees. He have been a leader who have championed how to help the youth. As a freedom fighter myself, who stand against corruption in Nigeria, who stand against oppression, I was delighted to call him a brother. However, I have never met this individual physically or neither plan anything against any government. All we are doing is to channel ourselves to this oppression of our leaders in order to give our brothers and sisters at home. As you all know, before I started, my life is good. I have a beautiful life. I don't have to do this. I want to appeal to the youth. I don't have to put myself into this. I have a beautiful life. God has blessed me. America have given me what Nigeria could not give me. America have given me a home I call a peaceful home. America have taught me how to speak against what you know is a war against humanity or anything that have to do with violation of the rule of law or anything that relate to humiliating all my brothers and sisters in Nigeria, oppression by some Nigerian police officer. I am going to call on the Inspector General of Police to immediately, I repeat, to set a panel of independent investigation to investigate Edo State Police Command, to investigate the entire Edo State Police Command, including the Edo State Police Commissioner, Commissioner Abuka. I might apologize if I do not pronounce your name right, but however, I do not want Nigerian police investigation to conduct or to lead this investigation. I want to call on the SSS and the military branch to intervene. This is a case between a man who is fighting for freedom and against the governor of Edo State and the commissioner of police and with their hitman called Tony Kabaka. March 22nd, when I was called by Ambassador Dion Osagi that one of their organization members have been arrested, I questioned him. What was he doing? He said they were protesting for employment. They need an employment for the youth, and they were arrested. I called the leadership of Governor Obaseki into question. I quickly found a way to obtain a number to call the governor of Edo State, and before this time, I have spoken with the commissioner of police of Edo State. I called him on the phone and told the commissioner of police he should please to stop all these murders that is being happening in Nigeria, in Edo State. Before this time, there were murder of one local government ex-chairman that we call ex-mayor of a local government we call district. He was murdered. However, the sources of his death is not known to me. Not until I called the commissioner of police. The commissioner of police later stated that the perpetrator on that scene or who committed those crimes, some of them have been brought to justice. I commanded the commissioner of police and I urged him to make sure he eradicates all the criminals, all the crime that is happening in Edo State. Then I put his leadership into question. I told him to investigate all these department heads to make sure their office have not been used as a way of collecting money or extracting money from our Edo indigene. Of which the commissioner of police even agreed with me. And I offer him my own solution or a suggestion. I offer him to make sure I had an emergency meeting with all his leaders, which he agreed on. Being said that, the next day, two gentlemen was arrested at Ring Road. What was their offense? By trying to end their daily bread. These gentlemen, I do not know them. They were Edo youth. They were picked up while they were selling goods. This goods is merchandise. The police department framed a case on them that they were selling things in order to encourage or to whatever they call it, to kidnapper. I question them. How can you be a kidnapper and be selling goods in Ring Road? So these gentlemen, family were crying. I intervened. I called on the Nigerian Police Department in State CID to release them without a penny being paid. And I was glad one of them was released immediately, not even up to 30 minutes or 1 hour when I make that call, which I commended that unit, SAS. However, after Odion Osagi has spoken to me, because of this rocky or unyielding, whatever I will call it, on commitment relationship or unfriendly relationship with the commissioner of police, I decided not to call the commissioner of police again. I requested for the governor phone number, which I obtained by an individual. I want everyone to know there is no number in Nigeria that I will request on that I will not get. If you are serving in the public office, you should make your number known to the world or to the citizens of Nigeria. If you are in any Senate or House of Representatives, House of Assembly, the governor of a state, or the presidential villa, you are entitled to release your number to the public because you are a public servant. Some Nigerian leaders have violated a law which they know we the poor or the masses cannot bring them to justice. However, I will call on the Nigerian government to call every department, SSS, Nigerian Police Force, to make sure the public their numbers to the public. The House of Assembly number, your constituency representative, your senior representative, their public number should be made known to the public. Should the case of any emergency, you will have the power to contact your representative. However, my contribution to my fellow citizens of Edo State and Nigeria and Africa as a whole have been a journey that I will not regret. I am happy to be a part of it. As of on the 22nd, 2017, about 6:39 p.m. Nigeria time, I pick up my phone. I called Governor Obaseki of Edo State. I personally pleaded, I repeat, I personally pleaded that I am pleading for him to release this so-called a brother who was arrested, Curtis Ugbo, who I know that were protesting, fighting for the youth. At this time, I have no idea whatever that is transpired between the government or any other person. If I want to make one thing clear, brothers and sisters, according to Tony Kabaka, he stated on his video that he lied against me, that I was trying to discuss one Mr. Captain Osa issue with him. My people, I want you to listen to me. If I call Tony Kabaka on the 12th, 2017, March 12th, and Curtis Ugbo was arrested on the 22nd that I was notified, and I speak with the governor of Edo State, 6 p.m. on the 22nd, how is that possible? The governor did not speak anything concerning Captain Osa with me. I do not speak anything with the governor about Captain Osa. I do not speak anything with Tony Kabaka about Captain Osa. You can see that Tony has practiced a way of lying himself in order to enrich himself. I am not heavy on anyone. Tony is for Tony's interest alone. I want to appeal to all the youth. If you are with Tony Kabaka, think about your future. Think about your life. Think what you are subject to. Let me tell you, he who fight and run away, we need to fight another day. I am not your enemy. Your enemy is my enemy. The government who have not provided job for the youth and the police who have been brutalizing my Edo people, we are all in this fight together. Tony Kabaka was not my enemy. As of even 2 days ago, I still call him my brother. When I finally went ahead and watched the video, I take a look at it. I find out that Tony Kabaka was ready for his action. I have never known him to be a hitman to the government. The reason why governor and the commissioner of police are being involved in this case was because Tony Kabaka injected them into it. You can go ahead and look at this video. He stated that he's going to eat me raw. He called himself a vampire. That my blood is going to suck my blood. That after he does all that, he called me on the phone in the morning. Brothers and sisters, I do not know that Tony have made a video. When I wake up in the morning, I saw Tony missed call, 4 missed call. He called me. After that, on the 22nd, on the 12th, when I discussed xenophobia with Tony, I want to explain this to the people. You can understand. I called him. Tony Kabaka told me. I said, Tony, my people are dying in South Africa. I want us to hold a peaceful protesting against South Africa government, against South Africa companies in Nigeria to bring awareness on our brothers and sisters that are being killed in South Africa. Tony stated, and I have called my company to extract all the video, all the audio, and they guarantee me the audio will be made public. The conversation between me and Tony Kabaka, if Tony Kabaka do not, or the Nigerian Police Department or Nigerian Police Force do not take adequate action, or the governor of Edo State, who have acknowledged to me that he will make anyone that break the law pay for the law. If he did not call for immediate investigation on Tony Kabaka and all his thugs that he aligned with, I will go ahead and make the audio public for everyone to know. I am calling on the media, both home and abroad, Nigeria, America. I have every evidence, whatever I said with Tony. When I called Tony, Tony told me that he's not going to do any protesting for free. That is what Tony Kabaka said. Tony, if you are listening, I am not shouting the way you were shouting. You know why? Because I respect my Edo brothers and sisters. I am sad that this issue, the Edo state government have used you and the governor and the commissioner of police. I am sorry, not Edo state government. It's Governor Obaseki. This has nothing to do with House of Assembly. It has nothing to do with the judicial branch. So the executive branch is what Tony mentioned, the governor. Tony mentioned the governor and the commissioner of police. If they cannot bring Tony Kabaka into questioning, like they stated, that no one is above the law, if the governor can charge a protester a treason, I see no reason why the governor cannot charge Tony Kabaka for planning to assassinate a mega movement leader who happens to be an officer in the United States. I am a security man. I secure life. I do not kill life. So, people, I want you all to know, brothers and sisters, Tony Kabaka is a liar. He's a big liar. He have lied against me. I have respected him on my previous video. I have never asked Tony Kabaka for any money. When Tony Kabaka told me that he was going to collect 2 million to conduct a protest, a peaceful protesting, I asked him, Tony, why are you going to collect 2 million? He said, oh, my brother, I am not doing nothing for free for nobody. I said, senators, people's movement, we are more than 1 million. They are aware of this. So I called them, they have money now. The senators, they have to pay for it. I have the audio. I might miss it a little bit, but however, I want the media to demand Tony Kabaka to go to this network, his phone company, to demand for the audio of my conversation with him. I want Tony Kabaka. I am calling on our brothers and sisters, those youth, before you support Tony, I want you to gather your evidence. Do not let Tony use you because he have helped you. Let me tell you, you have a brother days ahead. Tony is not your life. Tony did not brought you life. He might help you one way or the other. I have helped many people more than Tony Kabaka have done. However, I want anyone in the media or anywhere who questioned whatever I am saying to call on Tony Kabaka to release his audio tape of our conversation. Every conversation I have had with Tony, I always thank Tony for the help he did for when I lost my grandfather by helping me to carry chairs. But however, I failed to measure. I have also helped Tony. Tony is my junior brother. I took him like my junior brother, not until he planned an assassination attempt against me. When you have a brother who is there for you, then in Benin, you will name it Ameroviye. There's nothing like brother. When you have a bad brother who want to kill you, then you will name a child Omowiyoma. A child is your brother. Your son is your brother. Tony have become no brother from this moment. And I will still respect his family because his family has nothing to do with me. Tony insulted every member of my family. I will not condescend low to Tony's dubious character. I am not a criminal. I am not assassination planner. I am a security personnel. As a man who work in the jail or in the prison, who know how prison feel like, who know how jail feel like, who work with criminals, I will never condescend low to pull law into my own hands. I will never threaten anyone's life. But if anyone threatening my life, any of my family life, any of my movement life, they should be held accountable. I am calling on President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene into this issue, to call on Edo State government, to come out to the public and make a news conference. Let him call all the media and call on the Edo State Police Commissioner, their involvement on Tony's plan to assassinate a comrade. That is one thing. Please, I repeat again, if you do not believe me, call on Tony Kabaka, let him come to the media and present audio tape of every lie that he lied against me. So therefore, I have never never ever discussed anything illegal with Tony. Everything Tony said about me is completely false. He injected Edo State governor. I repeat, Tony injected Edo State governor and the corrupt, disgraced Edo State police commissioner. I want to tell you, Commissioner Abuka, we have had a lot of commissioners in Edo State. They have left Benin with Hall of Fame. As you're going to depart from Edo State, you will live in a hall, you will walk the walk of shame, and your name will be placed in a Hall of Shame record in Edo State. You have been a disgrace to Nigerian police force. You have single-handedly corrupted your department. I want the IG to set up a panel to investigate you. I am calling on the EFCC. EFCC, if you want to prove I have criticized you several times, that is for you to know I am a river. I do not choose friend. I do not choose enemy. No PDP or no APC. I am not working on anyone. I have helped APC, Governor Oshomule. I have helped President Muhammadu Buhari. I have helped PDP gubernatorial candidate. And I have helped Orion local government chairman who happened to be APC. And I have helped a gubernatorial candidate from a UPP in Edo State. Everyone knows. I don't want to mention his name because Tony Kabaka have making known that mentioning someone's name in a good thing is a bad thing. It can result to assassination. As this time, as the head of state or the head of Edo State, I will call on Tony Kabaka, the police commissioner. If Tony Kabaka will be man enough to come on the social media and say the truth and let the truth prevail. Whatever happened between me and Tony has nothing to do with anybody or neither Captain Osa. So I want to make that one clear. I do not heavy anyone wet, but I will still beg if there's anyone there who can use his word or whatever God have given him to help the youth of Edo State, I will be hardly happy and I will hardly appreciate it. Tony Kabaka have become a hitman to Edo State governor. Tony Kabaka that I know that as Tony, now I call him Saddam Hussein of Benin. Tony Kabaka become a Saddam Hussein of Benin for politicians to be using for atrocity. E.g., Tony Kabaka has stated on his video, I refer you to his video, that he's going to kill me, he's a vampire. He will suck my blood. When you eat my blood and beat me to death or take me to the police commissioner, who you are accusing me of insulting, police commissioner is not above the law. I want to tell you, I know the rule of law, Tony. I might not be a professor. I'm not a lawyer. Tony, commissioner of police is subject to criticism. That is how you learn. Governor of Edo State is subject to criticism. That is how they learn. President of United States is subject to criticism. It's only in Nigeria that you cannot say anything about anyone. It is a pity. So I want everyone to know that I have nothing against Saddam Hussein of Benin, who happens to be Tony Kabaka. I want everyone to know, my viewer, on Monday, I will go ahead and file a file. I have not filed, but I've called the FBI how they planned to assassinate me. Tony said it on the phone that he will single-handedly use his hand to shoot me. He said it. He said it on the phone. So I want Tony to go ahead. When he said that word, I said, Tony, what are you saying? Then I quickly cut off the phone. Then I called him back and asked him, have you calmed down? Then he started talking again. That is why when I came online, I thought Tony was just saying that in order to protect his business. That is why I said everything that Tony has never. Tony is not a part of my movement. I repeat, Tony will never be a part of my movement. We do not accept any hitman. Tony can never be in the same category that I am. This is a peaceful movement. I want everyone to know, Tony have helped me. I refuse to say that. I have also helped Tony. I understand I am in the public. Someone who you have shared the same shirt with, you help your own junior brother. I don't think I am an enemy of Tony. But he have choose to gain his power through using me or using my name to enrich himself. You understand, Tony? I want to apologize to anyone. I don't want this video to be too long. This is what we are fighting against, corruption. Why can't Tony give power to his junior one? If really you are working for Tony, why do you have to be always saying, sir, sir, sir? Tony will use you. When they arrest you, he will try. Why is he fighting? Fighting again. He's rich. You have money. God has blessed you. Allow our youth to have job. That is what I'm begging you. I have never said this to you. I'm publicly telling you now. Any government who reward hitmen or criminals, that government should be called to question. There are thousands and thousands of people, citizens of Edo State, who can do a better job without killing, without threatening anyone. Anybody who hired someone who called himself a vampire, you know that government is a vampire government. I have not called any government a vampire government, but anyone who hire a vampire is likewise a vampire. So I want you to know, Tony, the end have come where the justice will prevail. I have prayed and prayed and prayed. My life is in your hand and the governor's hands and the commissioner of police hand. My life and my family, my friends, my movement, anyone that is killed in Benin, who is a member of our Edo State, or any member of my movement, Attorney Kabaka should be held responsible for it. And the leadership of Governor Obaseki should be called to question by State House of Assembly. State House of Assembly, if you put this under the rug and think, who is this Iranomigo? I want you to know, it will come to you one day. Those that commit hate for others, they will turn against their master tomorrow. Tony have intimidated you people. He cannot intimidate me. I will visit Nigeria. I will not shout. I am a lion. I am a tiger. I know the law. I use my power to help my people. I do not use my power to hit anyone. I do not use my power to threaten anyone. My power will be used to stop corruption. It will be used to stop police brutality. It will be used to stop xenophobia. It will be used to provide employment for our youth. I am calling on the university student, polytechnic student, all the boys on the street. Enough is enough of oppression government. I want you all to peacefully protest against hitmen. Please, I want you to forward this video to any media. Whatever I said that is wrong, I apologize. I am not perfect. I know I can never subject myself to be calling myself a vampire or threatening anyone. So what they call it is planning to assassinate. It's a charge. Tony was planning to commit an assassination on me. And he said the reason why he's doing it is because I insulted the governor, I insulted the commissioner of police. That is what I want the whole world to know. I am a peaceful man. I will appeal to the governor of Edo State. If you do not conduct your investigation, or you do not bring Tony to justice, or anyone that involved in it, I will file a complaint against you with the FBI. Whenever you visit United States, you will be called to questioning in the FBI office. It might be Dallas, it might be Chicago or New York. And I will go ahead and make sure I put Tony on notice in America. Those that are in America who are calling me to give them any number, do not call me to give you any number. If you know anyone who conspire with Tony to make an attempt or make a plan to assassinate me, go ahead and talk to your brother. If you know you want to make peace in Edo, those men that are silent in Edo State, you can never silence the voice of God. God, I am God representative. God have ordained me. No power or no weapon formed against me will prosper. That is why Tony came to confess. Do you think anyone that want to kill you will come and tell you I want to kill you? I will eat you like a vampire. That is word of God. That is the work of God Almighty. My people's movement, I have thanked you everyone for all the support you have given me. Your head, your prayer have led Tony Kabaka to reveal the corrupt government we have in Edo State. Tony Kabaka have revealed the secret of Governor Obaseki. So I want everyone who are close to Governor Obaseki, if you make any attempt to carry out anything Tony have encouraged you to carry out, you will be subject to interrogation in the FBI. I'm ordering everyone to step away from me. If you know Tony Kabaka or the governor of Edo State or the police commissioner, do not come close to me, or else I will call the FBI and I will make sure the reason why you come to America, you will be subject to, you end up in jail. And I will make sure one of these days I will be the one giving you food to eat in the jail. I am on the side of the law. If you are any family or a friend to Tony Kabaka, you know your hands is clean. Stay away from it. This is a big problem. It's not a little problem. Tony have no authority to drive me away from my fatherland. Tony have no authority to tell me not to come to Nigeria. The governor have no authority to stop me from coming to Nigeria. The governor, commissioner of police have no authority to stop me from coming to Benin City. If anyone stop you on the road, obey the police. There are some good police, but the bad one, report them to the law enforcement agency. I love you. You can hear Mola is clearing grass in my compound. So the noise that is coming, they are clearing grass. So I gotta go. I love you all, everyone. I'm sorry what I was going to talk about. I will not talk about it today. Thank you. Go ahead and forward it.